Okay, so over here I have two word problem that we will be dealing with sequence. So I will guide you through how do I do these questions. Alright. Now, my strong advice to everyone when you are dealing with a word problem in mathematics, have a habit to construct out an equation first. Right? If when you are able to do that, everything will be very simple from there onwards. Okay? So let's see what can I do with these two questions over here. So right now, they tell me that the fifth term of a sequence, alright, of a sequence, alright, not linear sequence, it's a sequence only, right, it's 11.5, okay? And then the term to term rule, it's divide by 2 and then I will add 6. And then my question over here is to find the second term of the sequence. So I have a lot of information, alright, from this question. So I'm going to extract out the information parts by parts and then I will see what can I do with that. So since they are talking about the fifth term, so there will be basically term 1, term 2, term 3, term 4 and term 5, okay? And they tell me the fifth term of a sequence is 11.5. Let's put that down on my table. And then the second sentence says the term to term rule is divide by 2 then add 6. So the term to term rule over here, that's going to be the arrows over here. And okay, over here the term to term rule is, let's just say, is divide by 2 then plus 6. So how will I write this as an expression? So that will be any number which is here, which we do not know, we call this x for now. I'm going to take that number, divide by 2 and then plus 6. So that is my expression to represent this term to term rule, okay? And the question is, find the second term of a sequence. So second term is, I'm referring to this. I am interested to find out what number is this, okay? So I have laid out the foundation of a question. So my next step is to solve it. So what should I do? So since I'm interested to find what is this, let's call all this, some unknowns first, alright? So let's call this, since I call this x, so this should be x over here, this should be y, and this should be z. Okay, let's call them this for now, alright? So what should I do next? So since I need to find things from here, I need to take this and go back step by step, or until I reach here, okay? So what am I going to do? Right, like I said, the moment you have all these things, the next thing is to construct an equation. So let's just say, since I need to get to here first, I am interested to find what is term number 4. To find term number 4, that's gonna be whatever number is here, which is x, and I have to go through this term to term rule, and that will give me this. So my equation will be written in this way, x over 2 plus 6, and that's gonna equals to 11.5, okay? So let me get my calculator very fast. Now let's just solve this. So what can I do over here? I can move the 6 across, okay? So that will left it with x over 2 and that's equals to, right? Move the 6 across, that's gonna give me 11.5 minus 6, that will give me 5.5. And x over here, right? Bring 2 on top, so 5.5 times 2, that will give me 11, okay? So now we basically know that x is actually 11, okay? So let's put that to the side so we know what is the number over here, okay? And we put this over here so it's much more neat. Alright, so the same thing, the next thing, to come to z, I need to find what's y first, so that's my term 3. So that's my term 3. I'm gonna craft out my equation again. So whatever the number is over here, which is y, I need to go through the term to term rule, which I need to take this and divide by 2, and then I have to plus 6, and that will give me 11, alright, that will give me 11, okay? And so we can continue to solve this, alright? So I can solve this directly, which is y over here. Bring 6 over, so 11 minus 6, that will give me 5. 5 times 2, that will give me 10, alright? That will give me 10 over here, okay? So over here, I know that this one is actually equals to 10 over here, okay? Let me space this out. Okay, so that's for term 3. Now finally, because I know what is this number, I can find z now. So z, that's gonna be the term, the second term which we are interested to find the answer. So whatever the number, it has to go through this term to term rule to get to 10. So that's gonna be z, alright. I have to take that number, divide by 2, plus 6, and that's gonna equals to 10. And then we can quickly solve this, and we should get, okay, we should get 8 over here. Alright, so we already found out z over here is actually equals to 8. Okay, so that is actually how we do this question. So see, how do I start this question and how do I find all my answers? It's I construct an equation. Alright, the moment you can construct an equation, everything just falls into place, and all you have to do is just your basic algebra skills over here. Okay. Now next question over here. The fourth term of a sequence is 116. Alright. The fourth term, so I can write down, and I'm interested to find out the first term. So I know I have T1 to T4. Okay. So the fourth term of a sequence is 116. So over here that's 116. And the term to term rule, it's square and then subtract by 5. Okay, so what over here? Alright, so in this time, let's call this ABC. Alright, this time let's call this ABC. Alright, so I have to take the term to term rule, it's square and then subtract by 5. So whatever is this number here, I have to take that number, I have to square it first, and then I have to subtract by 5. And that will give me 16, right? So the question asks me to find the first term of the sequence. So I'm going to do the same thing over here. Lay out your function, lay out your equation, and then you will be able to solve it directly. So what do I have here? I have T3, alright, to find T3, term 3, it's going to be this number, so my expression is going to be this, which is c squared minus 5, and that will equals to 116 over here, okay? So we can solve this very quickly. So c is equals to, bring this over, 116 minus 5, that will give me 111, and then square root of 111, wait, oh, my apologies over here. This is supposed to be plus. Oops, sorry. Okay, so if I plus over here, I should get 121, alright? So square root of 121, that will give me 11, alright? My apologies for a mistake. So now we know that C is actually 11 over here, okay? So we can continue to do this. So for term 2 right now, it's this number, which is B. Okay, that number, follow the term to term rule, I have to square it, and then I have to subtract by 5, and that will give me 11. Okay, that will give me 11. So we can solve this very quickly. So negative 5 move over here, that will be plus 5. So 11 plus 5, that's 16. Bring the square over, so square root of 16, that will give me 4. Alright, so I know B over here, that will give me 4. Okay? And finally, for my T1, the answer that I want, it's whatever the numbers here. So which is A, I have to follow the term to term rule, which is I have to square it first, and then I have to subtract by 5, and that should give me the value of B, which is 4 in this case. Okay? So over here to find A, move negative 5 over, so 4 plus 5, that will give me 9. Move the square over, that will be square root of 9. That will give me 3 over here. Okay? So that's the way how do we solve this word problem over here. Okay? So the idea is always to lay out the information from the question, and if it's possible, most of the time it's possible, craft out your equation and then you can solve it accordingly and you will get your final answer. Alright, I hope this helped. That's all. Thank you.